Now that you worked your way through this whole course and covered so much features, practiced a lot, you might feel like you want to prove that you have a really solid understanding of Photoshop. The good news is that Adobe actually has a certification system, and it has two levels. The entry level is called Adobe Certified Associate, and then you have an even higher level of certification which shows even better knowledge, which is called Adobe Certified Expert. In this video, I'm going to mainly focus on the first level and explain what you need to know about this examination, how to prepare for it, and if you manage to pass this, I will also give you some pointers how to prepare for the second expert level certification. So first of all, the name of this exam is Visual Design using Adobe Photoshop or Visual Communication using Adobe Photoshop. Sometimes they refer to it differently, but essentially this is an Adobe Certified Associate certification that is for validating entry-level Photoshop skills. Now, if you went through this course and if you really mastered everything that we cover here, your technical skills are way beyond this level. But apart from technical skills, you might also need to acquire some theoretical knowledge. But I'm going to tell you more about those once we get to those certain requirement areas. To earn the ACA certification, you must pass the examination at a certified authorized testing center. These tests are conducted by Certiport. It's a company called Certiport. And you can easily find out about where's the closest testing center to your location if you check it on their website. The whole point of passing this exam is to prove officially that you have a good understanding of this application. And what that actually means is that you can get internships easily working on general design, web or rich media at a creative company. With an ACA certification, you can prove that you have the technical abilities. But of course, in the creative industry, that's normally not enough because you should also show some of your work, which is part of the portfolio section, which we will talk about in the next video. So one side is the certification showing technical skills. The other side is to show your actual design skills with your portfolio. The exam at the moment consists of 40 questions, which could be two different types: performance-based questions that would simulate Photoshop in a browser, and it would require you to complete a task or perform a function, making selection of something, renaming a layer, adjusting the blend mode, choosing the right tool, and so on and so forth. Normally, these performance-based questions will require you to do something quite simple. So it won't be a complicated workflow, just a few settings changed or a few features selected in the right way. The other type of question can be a linear-based question, which would use a traditional true-false or multiple choice or matching formats type of question. These type of questions can be either about technical features or theoretical questions about design in general. The 5 main areas of knowledge which will be tested in this exam are setting project requirements, identifying design elements when preparing images, understanding Adobe Photoshop, manipulating images, and publishing digital images. On Adobe's website, you can find even more detailed explanation of each of these areas. But in this course, we covered all the technical aspects. Like for the topic of manipulating images, you would have to know about selections, adjustments, retouching, blend modes, drawing, using the type tool, and using filters. While for the understanding Adobe Photoshop section, you would have to know about layers and masking, understanding the general interface of the application, importing, exporting, saving, and so on and so forth. The topic which will need a little bit of extra preparation is the setting project requirements, which will test you about basic design theory. Here you will have to prove that you know how to communicate with others, such as peers or clients, about design plans. You will have to demonstrate your knowledge about project management tasks and responsibilities. You will have to know about standard copyright rules for images and image use in general. And you will have to know how to identify the purpose, audience, and audience needs for preparing images for certain creative projects. If you don't know anything about this, don't worry, because I have a PDF you can download which will give you a rough idea of what you will need to know to be able to answer these type of questions. The rest of the exam is fully about the technical knowledge, which we covered in this course in great detail. Currently, these exams will give you 50 minutes to complete all the 40 questions, and the current pass percentage is 70%. So you need to answer 70% of the questions correctly to get the certification. And since the introduction of Creative Cloud, these ACA exams expire only after 3 years. But as soon as you pass an ACA exam, your name and exam results will be given to Adobe by Certiport, and within 2 weeks of passing a certification exam, you will receive an official certificate in the mail with the ACA logo that highlights your accomplishment. Now, of course, depends on where you are based and what type of company you approach. They might not be aware of this qualification, but believe me, as soon as you say that you have an Adobe certified exam, it will be considered definitely as an advantage. As a designer myself, I know that most companies won't ask for this qualification or even for the expert level qualification, but having it will do no harm. Apart from the printed version of your certification, you will also get badges on a portal called Acclaim, and you can share these badges online as well to advertise your technical skills. Once you pass the associate exam, you might want to prepare for the expert level exam. Although they say you need solid 2 years of experience using the application before, I had many delegates who I managed to prepare from scratch within a couple of weeks to pass even the expert exam successfully. In case you want to reach that level, I actually have a separate course which explains everything you need to know about preparing for that exam, and it goes through all the technical features you might be asked about. The certified expert level exams are conducted by a separate company called Pearson VUE, and it's just good to know that if you pass that exam and you have some experience in training that you can prove with a credential, then you will automatically become an Adobe certified instructor. Of course, you will still have to apply to get that, but you won't have to pass a separate exam. Being a certified instructor, you will be able to conduct trainings at Adobe certified training centers, which you can easily find through a database online. And just as an example of my own career, that's how I found some jobs in England, Italy, and Singapore, doing Adobe training at training centers. So this video was just about giving you some rough idea what this exam is about, why it's necessary, or what's the point in taking it. But I hope I motivated you to prepare for it. And in the next video, I will explain how to prepare your portfolio when you apply for creative jobs or internships.